lesson 6. Oh,
Lesson 6. Okay. Do you remember the topic? Like, was it writing or listening, speaking?
uh, it was about writing and vocabulary.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Got it. Do you know what topic do we have today for live practice?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, so our today's topic is speaking. So I will be using the IELTS speaking simulator for our practice. And yeah, essentially, I will take the speaking test and you will see the procedure. Like you will see how I will go with the answers and everything. Okay, so yeah, I will be commenting along the way. If you have some questions, you can ask too. Okay, but yeah, in general, you and me will go through this test together. Okay, cool. Let's take the last one. I guess you've seen these videos before, right? We use them in our practice tests. Have you seen them? Okay.
Yes.
Good. So it's the same thing, but just a recent one. Okay.
My name is Anpisa. Are you ready to start the speaking test?
Yes, I am.
What is your full name, please?
My full name is Magjan Savitbek.
What shall I call you?
You can call me Magjan.
Can I see your ID?
Yeah, sure. Here's my ID.
Thank you. That's fine. Now, in part 1, I'm going to ask you some personal questions. Where is your hometown?
My hometown is Almaty. I was born and raised there. It's the former capital of Kazakhstan. And yeah, the city is located in the southern part of the country.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
So, as I mentioned, I've been, I was born and raised in the city and I lived there until I was 18. Then I had to move into Astana. But when I was 24, I moved back.
Do you live in a friendly neighborhood?
Yeah, absolutely. I live in the micro district of Zhaskhana. It's a small district with about 5,000 residents. And yeah, I would definitely say that the neighborhood is safe, very pleasant and tranquil. You can definitely relax, nothing bad happening there.
Okay. Now, let's talk about space.
Sure.
When did you learn about space?
I think I was around 8. So we had these encyclopedias at my house. And yeah, I would read about planets and our galaxy and different stars and the Milky Way. And that would definitely blow my mind away, the vastness of our universe.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Have you ever dreamt of traveling to outer space?
Not really. Although the idea of space fascinated me, I couldn't really associate with traveling to space because it seemed otherworldly, too fantastic to be true. But if you ask me now, I think I'm more excited than I was in childhood.
Thank you. Do you think it will be possible in your lifetime?
Yeah, absolutely. It is already possible. It's quite expensive, though. I think the cost of traveling to space would be estimated around $20 million, but it is definitely possible.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Now, let's talk about chocolate.
Sure. Chocolate.
Do you like chocolate?
Yes, I am a fan of chocolate, although I try to limit my sweets consumption because sugar is unhealthy, but yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay. What type of chocolate is your favorite and why?
So I prefer dark chocolate with a deep taste. I don't like it too sweet because, yeah, in that case, it just gets a little disgusting. But yeah, when the taste is deep, especially if it's handmade chocolate, oh, that's my favorite.
And finally, where do you usually buy chocolate?
So there is a famous like dessert store company in Kazakhstan. It's called Rahat, and most people buy chocolate from there. I prefer buying it there too.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Now, in part two.
Okay, before we move to part two, any questions, Najal? Any comments? Like, yeah, what do you think so far? No, I can't hear you.
I want to ask you about, is it important to speak in British English, or we can also speak using American accent?
Yeah, you can use any accent you want, but you have to be consistent. Let's, again, yeah, it's a bad idea to mix accents up. So if you choose British, you have to be consistent throughout your whole speech. If you choose American, same thing, you better be consistent, okay? So yeah, I hope you understood me. Any other questions or comments?
No.
Okay, so also another thing, if you notice, sometimes, I mean, even though my IELTS score is 8.5 in speaking, right, and overall, yeah, that doesn't mean that my speech is ideal. And sometimes I forget words too, right, because of the lack of practice, perhaps. So for instance, just a few seconds ago, I forgot what chocolate factory was called, right? I mean, now when I'm calm, I can recall, but here it's a lot of pressure and I forgot. And instead of saying the chocolate factory, I said the dessert company. I think I said that. So again, if you don't know the word, just find another way to say that. There's a high chance that that person wouldn't even notice, you know, they would just like, okay, as long as you convey the general meaning, as long as that person understands the general meaning, you're fine, okay? So just give me 1 sec, I'll turn the AC on. It's getting good here. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so we'll move on to part two. For part two, I would need a pen and paper. Which I have over here. I would recommend you using A4 too. Like this is the kind of paper you will get during the real exam. Yeah. Okay.
You will have to talk about a topic for 1 to 2 minutes.
Sure.
First, you will have a minute to think about what you're going to say.
Okay.
You can make some notes if you wish. I'd like you to describe a place where you like to relax. Your time is up. Please start speaking now.
Sure. So the place where I usually go to relax is the Botanical Garden in Almaty. So it's yeah, it's a natural park, which actually was in a very bad condition up until 2016. But then in 2016, the city renovated that place and made it available to all city residents. It's located in the northern part of Almaty. And I usually visit that place bi-weekly, or when I can't, I at least try to visit it once a month. So when I'm in the botanical garden, what I usually do is I take a stroll around. I try to walk around the whole park because every part of that place is beautiful, has its own magnificent beauty. And sometimes in the northern part of that botanical garden, there's a swing, which I love to sit on. So the main reason why I enjoy being in that place and I find it very relaxing is, the few things. First of all, a fantastic mountain view in the northern part on the swings. So you can enjoy the view, which you probably can't see anywhere else in the town. The whole panorama of wide mountains of Almaty, all the beauty of those snowy peaks, it just opens up to you and you can fully energize yourself by looking at it. Another thing which attracts me to that place is the fact that there are very few visitors. So I find very serene and tranquil places more relaxing. And simply because there aren't too many people there, I love it because you can collect your thoughts, think about what's been happening to you over the recent weeks, and just get some extra energy from the nature, from all the greenery that you see there. So I'm planning to go there again this week, hopefully.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much. We've been talking about places to relax.
Sure.
And now I'm going to ask you some more general questions.
Okay, now we're moving to part 3. Before, or not, let me see. It could be a follow-up question.
Do you think it's important for people to
No. It's a part 3 question. Okay, before we move to part 3, any questions, comments?
No, everything is I understood.
Okay, what do you think about my speech? Like, how would you describe it?
Your speech is really great.
Okay, thanks. So, what I did was, first of all, look at my notes. My notes are very, very short, okay? What I wrote here is place I like to relax. I didn't write the questions because it's kind of useless. You have them on the cue card, but I wrote very short notes on the parts of my answer. Like the place I'm gonna go to, Botanical Garden, how often, where it is located, northern part of Almaty, how often I go there. I initially wanted to write once in 2 weeks, but then I recalled a cool word like bi-weekly. It's an advanced word and it sounds good. It just, helps to show your level, right? So I crossed it out and I wrote bi-weekly. And I also said that sometimes, I can't visit bi-weekly, so I visit once a month. So what I do, also another phrasal verb, very useful, take a stroll, which means walk. It sounds better than walk, right? And sit on a swing, kacheli. So that's what I do. Then, the reason why you like that place, nice mountain view, it's serene, meaning that, it's quiet. So again, if you know some cool words, cool expressions, idioms, it should all go here. Because if you keep the idioms or difficult words here, you'll probably forget them, okay? So this is the place where you write beautiful words so that you can show off, okay? Another thing I did is I tried to use the full 2 minutes, okay? You're expected to speak between 1 and 2 minutes, but you can speak up to 2, right? And I believe that the more you speak, the more chances you have to, again, use beautiful vocabulary, impress the examiner. Another thing is, details. If you don't know what to say, just keep talking. You can just, for instance, at one point, I tried describing mountains, okay? The mountain tops, the snowy peaks, that's what I said. Right? Just don't be afraid to go detailed. And finally, in the final seconds, I started feeling that I don't know what to say. And you can talk about the future. So that's what I said in the last second. I said, and I am planning to go there this week. So if you, for instance, it could be any topic, right? Describe your favorite photograph. And if you are done describing that photograph, you can say, how it influences your present time. So for instance, you can say, and now I look at this photo every once in a while, right? So, or I love looking at that photo when my friends visit my house or something else. So you can just look into the future, okay? All right, now we're moving to part 3.
More general questions. Do you think it's important for people to take time to relax? Why or why not?
Sure. I think taking time to relax and rest is of vital importance for many humans for two reasons. One is their productivity, because if a person doesn't rest, it is likely that their productivity will decline over time. Secondly, it is also important for mental health. The more you relax, the more you are in tune with yourself, and the more you can understand your inner feelings and thoughts. The rest time is important to restore our energy and to enjoy the life, first of all, right? Which is probably the third reason why you need to relax. Life isn't created for work. It is there for us to enjoy it. So I will pause this video because I think Araylan, asked the question. Okay.
I see, thank you. What is the most popular way to relax in your hometown?
Well, my hometown, Almaty, is known for its nature. It is known for the lakes surrounding the city and mountains. And that's why many residents, a lot of them prefer to go outside the city and go hiking or doing a picnic in the nature area. Just all people love interacting with nature. So I think that's the most popular hobby. I wouldn't say that my family is a huge fan of going out, but I am used to going out and going hiking, and just enjoying the mountain view and restoring my energy reserves when I'm up there.
Okay, I see, thank you. Are there any differences in the way people prefer to relax in urban areas in comparison with rural areas?
Let me take a second to think. Well, yeah, definitely. I think there is a huge difference. Residents of urban areas have a plethora of entertainment options, right? They can prefer to go to a bar, or they can visit karaoke, a nightclub. They can go catch a movie. There are much less entertainment centers and enterprises in the rural areas, right? So that's why people tend to interact more. They tend to have fun outside in natural places.
Thank you.
Go swimming, perhaps.
What is the difference between relaxing at home and on a holiday?
Let me think for a sec. Well, I guess the key difference is the amount of preparation that each of the relaxation types requires, right? When you relax at home, you probably don't need much preparation, right? Most people prefer to catch a movie or watch a TV show, get some snacks perhaps, or they can order food. But when you relax on a holiday, and let's say it's a family gathering, you need to prepare food, you need to organize the logistics, you need to invite people for them to have that fun together. And I think that is more energy intensive.
Okay, I see, thank you. Do you think technology has influenced the way people relax?
Absolutely. I have no doubts about that, because if you look at what's been happening before, let's say mid-20th century, I guess most people would probably go out, visit a theater, or just go outside to have fun. But since the invention of television and later on internet, definitely people prefer to consume content, watch a TV show or watch a movie at home, and it made our lifestyle more sedentary. There are good sides of it, because people can enjoy more diverse TV shows, but also they have become less physically active, which has its own health consequences.
Okay, I see, thank you. Do you think relaxation is more important for physical well-being or mental well-being?
definitely both. You cannot segment mental health and physical health and detach them from each other. They both come hand in hand. It is important to rest for your body to restore its energy levels, because if you stay up until 5 a.m., your body will feel terrible, which will also impact your mental health. But it is also important, equally important, to take mental health for our brains to restore, to distract themselves so that we can feel healthy. You know, your body may be healthy, but if your mind isn't in harmony with your body, then you will feel equally bad.
All right, I see. Thank you. And finally, is physical exercise important for mental health, and why?
I absolutely agree with this statement. So physical health is the vital component of mental health, and numerous research articles show the correlation between our mental well-being and the amount of exercise we perform. When I started exercising, I felt that myself too. So I think the key reason of the connection between mental health and physical exercise is that, first of all, when you go through physical exercise and push your body through pain and suffering, I think your mind distracts itself. And secondly, you get this dopamine spike after exercising, which improves your mood, which makes you feel happy.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking test. Good job.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oof. Уже бір кезде бітпей қойды дегендей сезімде болдым. Жалпы қандай ойдасыз? What do you think, guys? Any comments about my response to part 3?
Hello.
Жақсы. Мына YouTube канал практика жасауға жақсы speaking.
Exactly. I love, вообще мен өте ризамын Анфисаға. I am in love with her work, and I think IELTS speaking simulator is a fantastic practice. Way to practice. Any other comments, questions, Aylan, maybe? So at some point, there was one question, I think it was the second one, when I was running out of ideas. And I started telling about my personal experience. I forgot which one.
Technology has influenced.
Nope, before that.
And relaxing at home and on a holiday.
No, not this one. Yeah, this one, I think.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Are there any differences in the way people prefer to relax in urban areas in comparison with?
No, not this one. The one before it.
Way to take time to relax. Do you think it's important for people to take time to relax?
Maybe this one. In one of the questions, in the middle of it, I felt that I was out of ideas, and then I started telling about my personal experience. Okay, again, if you don't know what to say, you can go back to your own experience, and you can go back to general ideas. So you see, the difference between part 3 and part 1 is that part 1 asks specifically about your experience, right? What is your hometown? What is your family? What do you study? Part 3 asks something in general, right? Like, how do people in urban areas versus rural areas relax? It may not have something to do with you. And if you're out of ideas, you can jump to your experience, and then you can jump back. By jumping to your experience, you can immediately draw some conclusions, you can draw some ideas, and then you can go back to general. Okay, be flexible. Okay, but keep speaking. Okay, don't show that you're out of ideas. Don't get stuck and like, even if this happens, just keep talking. Okay, you should fake the confidence. Another thing that would probably help you is, again, don't be scared to take time to think. Okay, I think I've done it twice during this test. When she asked me about how people in urban areas relax versus rural areas, I definitely needed some time to think, because I needed to figure out the major differences. And yeah, and my final tip is try to structure your answers, okay? If you have several ideas, say that in the beginning, okay? I think there are three differences, or I think there are two main categories, or two main differences, and then one, then two. Examiners love structured answers. If you have a structure, if it's easy to understand you, people love them, okay? So those are my best tips that I can give you today. Okay, guys, so our live practice for speaking is short because the speaking examination is short too. Do you have any questions or tips? Do you have any questions for me that I can help you with? No questions? Ariel, how's the preparation going overall, the course?
Pretty good.
Okay, nice, nice. What was the last lesson you went through?
Speaking?
Last lesson you watched. Was it? No?
It was about speaking. Speaking part 2.
Do's and don'ts.
Uh,
Mr. 6.0 and Miss.
Yeah.
Okay, good, excellent, well done. Okay, keep working on the platform, and excellent. I'll see you guys next week. Okay, I will also release the practice test. Make sure you complete it this weekend. Okay.
Bir narsa so'rab olaman.
Yeah, sure.
Bizde buyursa olsa bitadi o kurs ya. Odan keyin platformaga dostуп bolama bir necha ay или ketib qolamas lazım.
You will have the access for half a year, 6 months. Okay.
6 months. Okay.
So yeah, nothing to.
Netflix solay da тоже. Или
No. So for Netflix, it will be shorter. It would stay at the. I think it will be one more month after the end of the course.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty, guys. Again, thank you very much for joining in. I hope the session was useful. Ariel, I know you missed the beginning, but yeah, I'll send the recording. You can watch it again later. Okay. Yeah. Best of luck, guys. And yeah, complete the practice test and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye. See you guys. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.